I'm on too.
Are we going here?
Hey, it's Phil Ratcliffe with Rebel Financial. Thanks for tuning in today. We have a little change up. Our guest actually had a medical emergency, so obviously can't be avoided. But we've always got new and exciting things going on. So last night was our open house. And if you've never been before, you should come. It's usually pretty laid back, and we just have some food and drinks, and you get to meet everybody in the team. And we've also started releasing some of the new things that we're going to do, and even some of the things that we're thinking about for the next year. So you got to come to that to see the new things for the next year. But we're going to tell you some of the new things that are getting ready to be released right now for our clients, so you can kind of see a little bit of the direction we're going in, and more of the value that we're going to provide. So Tony's going to help me out. He's our tax expert here. So we're going to dig into our first thing. And let's go ahead and share the screen. And Tony, I'll let you take it away.
Okay, so the page that we're at is rftax.com. So what's new that we're doing for the first time is we're going to be doing taxes for our clients.
In-house.
In-house taxes for our clients. So there's a process, and if you go to rftax.com, you will see exactly what that is. But we're doing it for our clients because oftentimes they're not getting good deals, when they go to take care of their taxes. But one of the big benefits is it will be beneficial for us to be able to help them in their planning and such as we go forward. So a little bit about the process. Anybody who has $150,000 with us is eligible for us to do their taxes for free. Below $150,000, it'll be $100. But if they have over $750,000 with us or a more complex situation, we also have a couple CPA partners that do a great job, and so it will make sense for you to work with them as well.
Our guy over there is Britt Triplett and Harper & Co. They do a great job. But again, I mean, one of the reasons we wanted to roll this out is there are a lot of people that don't necessarily need that expertise, and to run a business like that is expensive with tax attorneys and very experienced CPAs. But on the flip side, a lot of our clients could use more help than just TurboTax or Liberty or H&R, and some of those have really turned into almost like payday loans with your taxes, and I almost feel like you should almost avoid that. And like Tony said, we're just going to coordinate it better with people's financial planning. So our goal is not to be some big accounting firm. It's really to expand and help our clients that may have been getting excluded from good tax help before.
Well, and it isn't just completing your taxes at the end of the year. It's looking for opportunities to position yourself for the coming years to save yourself some money. So for us, it was an easy thing to do. It's just a matter of getting the process down. But we think it's going to be a great benefit for people. So if you have an interest in that, again, rftax.com, and we'll take you through that. We're going to be using, the software we're going to be using is Drake Tax. We've researched this as we do with everything, a lot of thorough research on our part, and so we're going to be able to e-file for people and keep things really pretty streamlined and simple.
Fast.
And then from that, we'll have records that we'll obviously have to get back to our clients, but we'll do it, it will also be able to be uploaded into the vault, into their personal website. So it will be there, and they'll have a record of it, and it should be a nice, simple process. But, so we're asking people to let us know ahead of time if they have an interest in that, and you can call or email Phil and I.
Call or email, or on the website, there's a thing that says, yes, sign me up. Remember, you have to be a client. We don't do tax prep for people that are not clients. It's not our intent. Our intent is to help clients do better with their entire overall financial planning, not to be an accounting firm for the masses. So again, a couple of our partners, Gruntworks, Drake Tax Software. Again, we're looking for best of breed. We're really trying to streamline that. Our goal for this year, so like only charging $100. We're trying not to lose money with that still. But that is an ambitious goal. Our goal for most people that don't have any decisions to be made, that's not overly complicated, is to be filed within like 3 to 5 days from as soon as you get us the stuff. So it's really going to be efficient. And then the end product that you get back from us in terms of your returns and all of the materials that you got to us to prepare your returns, will all be very nicely put into OCR, optical character recognition, PDFs to where it's bookmarked really nice, or you could try to find any keyword in your taxes. And then we don't archive stuff digitally. So as long as you're a client, you will have all of this organized work that we've done for your taxes pretty much indefinitely. So we're really excited about that. Tony's really been kind of rolling up his sleeves along with William to get this tax process down so that we can get started. So again, you can go on one of those websites, tell us you want to do it. It starts a process, and in January you'll get an email saying, hey, we need the documents as soon as you can get them. If you've got after-tax accounts, like investment accounts, it'll probably take until the end of February to get your last 1099. But for the majority of people, you'll have your stuff by the beginning of February. And we want to try to knock those out as fast as possible and be efficient for people. If you do a refund, get it for you. All right. So if you have questions, let Tony know about that. Looking at a couple of the things that we're hoping to turn this around next year. This year, we're just trying to do that really good job, be efficient, fast, provide the service for people. Next year, we're going to step it up. To show a couple other things. So Tax Clarity is one of the softwares we were thinking about using, and then also doing some modeled scenarios in terms of just understanding that if we wanted to do some Roth conversions because taxes are good right now or whatever the case, we want to make sure that we're not missing anything like, oh, maybe your Social Security is going to get taxed more. And a lot of firms, they don't test for these things, right? They just get the information and tell you how much you owe. We want to model these things out, even kind of the short-term tax things. Or if you were thinking about getting solar panels or buy an electric car before these things expire, granted that the administration doesn't get rid of our electric car credits, right? To try to just punish GM. But anyways, we're going to be able to have some of these scenarios, and if it's something you were thinking about, or even something I think just for me and Tony knowing you as clients, that's something you'd be interested in, and we'll have these scenarios and be able to really quickly be able to model them out and show you what the real opportunities are over time, and how making a purchase like that could not only help you in the short term with your taxes, but might actually pay for itself, within 10 years, and then you have something better and lower your costs forever if solar was involved or whatsoever. So we're really going to kind of expand what we're doing with the tax preparation and planning as well.
It's really too bad that it's the tail is wagging the dog, but it really does make a lot of sense to take a deeper look and say, hey, is this going to work out for me? Can I save some money by doing some of these things? And because of the complications in the tax law, some of the software we're looking at is really going to give us some more insight into whether it's a good decision or not.
All right. So kind of moving on, we have been doing kind of for some of our bigger clients kind of included estate planning. Obviously, just about any financial advisor or planner that you work with will coordinate with your estate attorney if you're going to, get your will and power of attorney and healthcare power of attorney, if you're going to do a trust or whatso. But what we're really trying to do is make it easier and really kind of bundle everything in so that people get it done. I was talking to a couple of our peer in our industry, just financial advisor, and we're like, we're pretty good financial advisors, but when you look at your base client, over 50% of them either have really old estate docs or don't have it. And to me, that's kind of failing as a financial firm, even though we bring it up. And so we really want to make it easier, better, more affordable. And so we have, kind of tied in with a local attorney firm, Aaronstein and Anderson, and they've done great work for us. And another thing that we're doing is adding to that. We're going to add this service called EP Navigator. It stands for Estate Plan Navigator, and it automates things a little bit, and you can kind of see our flow chart for this one. And again, you can find all of these things on our website too. Like if you just go to where it says Client Resources and come over to here where it says Tools and Resources, you can see tax preparation, you can see estate planning, or estate attorney services, and you can kind of see, we made a little flow chart to try to make it easier for people. This one's still a little rough because we're still building it out. We wanted to have something there, but the pricing's a little bit different than this. I'll tell you all what it is, but we do need to update this. So, it says, hey, are you a RF client with more than $500,000 that we manage for you? If yes, then one way or the other, it's free for you. Okay, we pay for getting all your estate docs done and everything. Are you a gold client? So that's doing the more complex, comprehensive planning and have $1 million or more. Then you can either use the EP Navigator or you can use our local attorney firm. Okay, if you want to go do in person, sit down, etc. And then it comes back to here. If you have less than that with us, again, this is why we're really trying to streamline it. So it's very easy, it's fast, and it's affordable. And so, if you're single and you don't need to do anything more complex with trust work or what's it's just $225. If you do need to do, all those documents that we talked about before, plus a trust, and it's a little bit more involved, then it's $650. So that's really reasonable. And if you're here in your office, we can spend half an appointment and we can knock that out for you in under an hour. It's awesome to where we can even print out, sign, notarize everything on the spot, have it in your vault. If you had to go out of town the next day after that, everything would be legally done correctly. We're really excited about this. This is something that's kind of in beta right now. We'll probably run 3 people through it the end of this year, beginning in January, and then it will be open for all clients starting probably mid-January. We're excited about that as well. And again, we're trying to open up. Before we were, $750,000, and then it was like $1,000 or what so if you were below that. So again, I mean, we're really bringing the cost down to about half. Yeah. We're opening it up to a lot more people, and who knows, if this is efficient and we get volume up with more clients, we'll try to negotiate that lower from them, and we may be able to do it for people with $250,000 or more. But that is our goal. We've lowered prices multiple times through our history. We keep adding more services. We keep trying to do things in a way that's a win-win for companies like EP Navigator, plus us, plus the attorney firms, because there's still attorneys in every state that are associated with this that check over all those docs and approve everything. So it's not like the attorneys are getting cut out, right? It's just they're going to have to sit in an office and work on this for 25 minutes instead of 2 or 3 hours, right? That's efficiency, and that's coming back to benefit you personally. That's right up our alley. Anything to add?
We just said, there's too many people out there that don't have any kind of estate planning. So, that's one of the reasons why we really looked hard for something and are able to, want to bring this to folks. But hopefully this will be the, impetus for people to start doing this more. Because whether you need a trust or will, what have you, you do not want to die without having some sort of estate plan and leaving it to the state to make a decision for your assets and worse yet for your family. So,
absolutely.
So take advantage of this once we introduce this. It's going to be
some
exciting.
people would say if you die like that, you die without an estate plan. That's not true. You die with the state's estate plan. And everybody likes getting big brothered, right? Yeah. The last thing that we're really building out that we're excited about is the expanded planning that we're doing for college. And so the main company that we're really working with the most is this called Pay for Ed, and they have 3 different modules before college, really estimating what it's going to cost for your individual child based on their test scores and aptitude and the family's assets and income and what programs and schools they want to go to, so that we can really make a good purchasing decision on something that's going to be their biggest purchasing decision for a couple decades, right? It's not arbitrary. I mean, you shouldn't just be taking your kid to 5 schools and letting them fall in love with one without even knowing what it's going to cost or how you're going to pay for it. That's a horrible way to shop for a huge ticket item, Yeah. And so we're trying to change that. And then the second one is the in-school payer. So once you're starting and things are going to change around. One of the biggest things I think that people neglect that can help people keep down the cost of college is to graduate on time. So to be thinking about what programs you're going to go into, or if you're going to go to a community college first and then flip to this, main college to graduate from there, and really understand what you're doing, and then to understand what the payment's going to be after you graduate. Because, I mean, if the kid is borrowing some of it or all of it, it's really important to not just kick that can down the road and wait until they graduate and figure out what's going to happen and how much they're probably going to make from whatever they studied and graduated with.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the student loan repayer. This is where we've had a lot more people kind of engaging in the early phases of this because it's something that hasn't been developed that well. But it's like, how do we organize debt using the different federal loan programs? Do we pay down the private ones faster? Do we consolidate or not consolidate? Are we eligible for student loan forgiveness? Why are so few people qualifying for it? So if you are on a track to be able to qualify for that, we want to make sure that we line people up really well so that they're actually qualifying each year and get it. I think an interesting fact is that PSLF, that's the one that you can get forgiven after 10 years and it's tax-free. Only 640 people have ever gotten that. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, like, it is a good program. I mean, as long as politicians don't get rid of it, I mean, we need things like this. But you go to the 20-year one, now that one's taxable. And William loves saying this, but it creates a tax bomb, right? So, like, you got to be careful of what you're doing and not just think you have this. Maybe paying a little bit higher payment and paying it off earlier than the 20 years or right on target would actually cost you less than getting the forgiveness and having the taxes due on that if you let the interest compound for that long period of time. So it's very interesting. Again, we're trying to streamline this. We can do it really efficiently for a good cost. It's going to be included for all of our clients. We do some flat fee planning, and I think right now what we're looking at is somewhere between $250 to $1,000, depending on which one of these they want to do and how much work it would be for us. But definitely, I think it's going to be valuable.
Yeah, well, and it's an expense that is just families don't realize how detrimental it is for their long-term financial, health. Side note, Phil joked about General Motors earlier, and General Motors is going away from some of their bigger vehicles to electric, and part of it is that millennials are not buying bigger vehicles because they don't have the money to do so. It really is something that's a long-term problem. We have more student loan debt now, 1.5 trillion, probably more than that now, as it just keeps increasing, and families make really poor decisions because it's somewhat of a 1 or 2 or 3 time decision and process they go through, and it's really can be costly. So use us for this. I mean, we have this software. It's great for any stage of this, just to sit down and talk and see what the experiences that we've gone through.
Yeah. So, thanks for joining in. We are continually trying to improve things. There's probably about 10 other things that we're working on that will be released over the next 6 to 18 months. So we are not resting on our laurels. We are continuing to improve things, continuing to try to drive costs down. We're making a lot of improvements to our core things in terms of retirement planning, investment management, doing a lot more values-based investing, because we want to make the world a better place per how it aligns with our clients' values. And we're not sacrificing rate of return. So there's a bunch of exciting things. Stay tuned. We will get back on schedule with our guests next week. And of course, if there's anything that you need or have questions, reach out to us anytime. Thanks so much.
Thank you.